and it absolutely worked perfect. And the blade kit is for PVC, wood, aluminum, copper, or brass. And I got the extra blades because when you're cutting metal, it does dull them. But Hi everybody, I'm here with my mixed up amaryllis. It's not Christmas, but it thinks it is. And I have a couple of things to update you on. First off, I've hung all my brackets for my channel, and I wanted to point out that I told you that I glued them. Where is it? There we go. But I wanted to show you to make sure that you don't tighten the screws down too far, or it will buckle the bracket and the channel won't snap in. As long as it clears those two little places, the humpy places in this where it's spring loaded, it'll be fine. I finished the baby blanket and I've washed it, and now I dried it a little bit, so now I've got it on a hanger to finish drying. That's what I've got to find, is a baby bag. Been ironing. Got the books all put back together. Now to snap or to cut the strings that show up every time you wash them. And I've got to get back to making some bow ties for my groomer. Cody will be going there soon. And now I'm going to do this one side since I've got all the channel up. So I won't bore you with the details. Okay, boys and girls, we're back with the electrical project and a couple of things I needed to show you. And one was my little bunny earrings. I got those at Main Street Antique Store in Rocky Top, and they are having citywide. They're having a spring festival next weekend, I believe it is. It's before Easter, but they're going to be, each business is going to have their own thing going on, and door prizes, etc., etc. But I always find something in there. Okay, back to this project. I needed to cut another piece for the other side, and I had went to my neighborhood Lowe's, and they didn't have a saw anymore that they used for cutting pipe, and don't ask me why. But anyway, the poor little guy, he was extra helpful and used just hand snips to cut one piece off that I needed. I still need to file that, and I've got my files over here. This one actually is my grandpa's, and I still use it today. But anyway, I bought another little saw, hacksaw. It's called a junior hacksaw, and it absolutely worked perfect. And the blade kit is for PVC, wood, aluminum, copper, or brass. And I got the extra blades because when you're cutting metal, it does dull them. But I absolutely love this little thing. I had one that was a cobalt. And the blade is a multi-purpose blade, but it's too wobbly. I couldn't keep my cut straight. And, you know, for something that doesn't really matter. That's okay. But this one's the balm.com, and this is the cut that it made. So I was more than happy. It took me about 10 minutes, but that's better than ruining your material. And I was going to show you how, well, that's what I'm doing next, to show you how to put the diffuser itself in. After I've already stuck my strip lights up in there, and I just do a little bit at a time, pulling the tape off the back of it and sticking it inside the channel, and I waited before I cut off my extra until I got to the very end. You never can gauge those things. Anyway, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little tiny ridge in there. And this has a plastic coating. You have to peel that off. But after you've got it finished on the wherever you're putting it, then these don't slide into the channel. You have to put one edge to get it started. You have to put one edge inside and then snap the other one, and then you just run your finger on down and run it on down, and you'll hear it snap. But you can see that that is right in those little grooves. And it takes some time. But that's how you do that. And I didn't see any videos. And when they said about cutting the channel, said to cut it together. And you don't use the same. This is so flexible. I think that I can cut this with a knife or with just a regular carpet knife. Or I may even try the scissors, because it's very thin. And I didn't want to fracture it, so I didn't put it together. But anyway, I've cut my extra off. And there again, I had to cut it a little bit short in my channel, because you have to cut between those copper. And there's a line there that shows you where to cut it. And it was either going to hang out this much too long, or I was going to be 1/4 of an inch short. So I didn't want it hanging out. So, and anyway, so now I am going to put another channel in. And like I said, you have to peel off the, it must be an anti-scratch coating for packaging purposes, and that's fine, but, and if you leave it on there, I guess you could put it on afterwards, but when you're snapping the channel in there, it's liable to catch a piece of it, and then you'd have a piece of plastic hanging. So, you just never know. But anyway, like I said, you start at one end. And then you just run your finger along the edge until you hear it snap. And see, I didn't get it snapped in down on this end. There we go. And you can slide it a little bit to marry up with the other one, but it's not going to slide for very far. And see, I pushed it out again. There we go. But yeah, if you need to move it around to match up with your last piece, you need to do it at the very beginning. And then you just run your finger along the side until you hear it snapping. It's not going to break. Aha. And it'll flex a little bit, but not bad. And see, it slid back out on me, so I had to push that in. If I'd have waited before I made adjustments on putting the next piece on, then I'd have been in trouble because I wouldn't have been able to move 2 and 3 pieces. And the same way with the channel, put it up a piece at a time. Don't try to cut everything and put it all up at once. It's best just to do a piece at a time. Okay, so we got that. Now I'll light it up and let's see what we got. And then you can see the difference between strip lights without diffuser and strip lights with diffuser. Oh, that's nice. And I see a little bit here where my cut is, but that's not going to bother me so much. And if it bothers you, you can, before you put the diffuser on, you can always take a piece of black electrical tape on your seams and put that behind there and then put your diffuser on, and then you'll not have that little light bleed. But I don't think it's going to bother me. If it does, I know how to take it apart. But yeah, that's a big difference from this to this. I like this a lot better. Well, that's all I've got. And you have a great evening. The sun's finally shining here, but it's cold out. Okay, guys, I forgot to show you this. I had to cut a 4-inch piece of channel to finish this run. They only give you so many clips per package, and so I used double back tape on this small piece. But because of the difference in height from the wall or ceiling, I ended up just cutting a piece of a paint stick. It was exactly the amount that I needed, and I put double back tape on it, and it worked just fine. So now I've got all of the diffuser up, and now I've come to the end where, of course, I have this 4-inch piece of diffuser that I need to cut. I'm not drinking. It's 5 o'clock already. Maybe it's time for wine. But anyway, I cut that piece, and I ended up, and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, this is what the room looks like with and without the diffuser. Of course, I don't have that hung up yet, but I think that that is a big difference. It's the same amount of light and just what I wanted. It's going to make a big difference this winter. But I think it looks much better in the diffuser than just those dots. And yes, I will do something with this cord, but this is all I've got to work with. So we will see what we can find to improve that.